Hello, and welcome back to the Reiki Gem Wellness channel. Today, let's talk crystals. So this is a more recent series that I've started to talk just more generally about crystals and how I use them in my life and how you can use them in your life, and to answer your most common question about crystal and gemstone work, because I do get a lot of questions in the comments and the answers aren't always really simple for comments. And so I wanted to address some of these questions that don't necessarily have a quick, simple answer. So for those who are new to the channel, my name is Shannon, and I'm a certified Reiki master and teacher and a certified gemologist. And I combine those skills and passions to provide you with the knowledge, the tools, and the opportunities to practice incorporating crystal healing into your everyday life. And to do that, I'm going to talk to you about how I use crystals and gemstones in my everyday life. So each week, I'm just going to talk about the previous week and the opportunities that I had to pick up a gemstone and let it, soothe me or inspire me or wake me up. And, these are more casual, they're unscripted, and I just have a few notes to remind me of what happened during the week, because sometimes I get to the end of the week and I don't remember what happened. But I do this week because I was on vacation, or rather a staycation, because we can't go anywhere right now. But my husband and I both needed a break from working, and my kids needed a break from homeschool. I needed a break from being a homeschool teacher. So we cleared our schedules and we stayed home, and we tried to do some things that were fun and relaxing and to help rejuvenate ourselves, because we were feeling the burnout coming, starting. And this was really evident to me because it was really difficult for me to relax. The first couple of days of this vacation, I felt guilty not being productive, not working, not getting things done. And, that doesn't help me rejuvenate myself. And so the stones that really helped me, I sat with them both. And the first is Amazonite. Now, this is the calming stone, and just holding this stone helps you feel like you're on vacation. Like, maybe it's the color, but just holding this stone just makes me picture a temperate beach vacation, like lying on the beach underneath an umbrella, relaxing, listening to the ocean. Like, picking up this stone instantly gives me that feeling. So if you are, a type A personality that finds it difficult to relax, then holding on to Amazonite really helps you give yourself permission to relax, to kick your feet up, to watch some TV, to read a good book, to enjoy sitting outside and not doing anything. So I did sit with Amazonite quite a bit to just get that feeling of relaxation and eliminate the need to do. And the second stone that I used was a Dalmatian stone. And, I actually talked about that in depth on the channel this week. Dalmatian stone, the stone of enjoyment and play. And this is interesting. And, I don't know if it's a chicken or an egg type situation, but when I post videos about a gemstone, I tend to need that gem that week. And I don't know if it's because I've focused so much on that gemstone that I find a place to use it in my life, or if it comes up, synchronistically that I'll need that stone that week. I don't know. But, this is a stone, if you haven't watched that video on Dalmatian Stone, that just helps encourage, the life of the child, to play, to look at things anew, to find what you enjoy in life, to really have some fun. So I did sit with Dalmatian Stone to remember what I consider fun and what my kids consider fun, and for us to do those together this week. And I think one thing led to another this week. One gemstone led to another. And, in my need, sorry for the crinkle, I had to take this one out of a little bag. So in my efforts to relax, and that's kind of a contradiction in terms there, I felt like there was a message for myself. I felt like there was a realization that needed to arise, that there was something just under the surface that I needed to let rise up, to acknowledge, to know how I needed to incorporate that in my life. But the stone that I reached for was malachite to do that. And there are other stones that help you unveil the hidden, to let, suppressed issues rise up, to, allow you to gain access to what you need to work on, to address. And malachite's one, obsidian and lapis, those are others, but this felt more like a heart issue for me, so I picked the green one, malachite. And when you're sitting with a stone for wisdom, for guidance, for knowledge, then, I sit with it in my non-dominant hand, on my meditation cushion, and I just try to let thoughts of trying to figure it out go away. I try to release any attempt to figure it out. And as I sit with my mind, try, as clear as possible, then I just let those softer messages rise up. And I think I'll do another video specifically on this practice later on and go into more detail about how to feel the difference between trying to force a thought and then allowing it to rise up. But I did, and I got the message, and it was very powerful. It was very healing. And, I think it will change the way that I live the rest of my life, but it will help the quality of my life right now. So that was pretty powerful. And then vacation, it has come to a close, and there's lots of things I need to pick up again, lots of things I need to organize and plan. And the stones that I use together, it's a great pairing when I need to really focus and organize stuff, is hematite and fluorite. So fluorite is a gemstone that helps you study, learn, organize information, organize your physical space. It's really good for organization. And then hematite is really good for focus and clear thought. And I use those together because I had to organize lesson plans. I had to organize my work schedule. I had to get everything in place to start the week up again. And I had just, been immersed in a relaxing, non-productive week, and I had to pick that up again. So those stones really helped me pick up where I left off. Malachite helped me give me some new personal information about how to work with my life situations, in a more nurturing way. And so that's how I used gemstones this week. Now, the question that I want to talk about this week, I get pretty often, and is, with gemstones, does the size of the stone matter in regards to the energy that it puts out? And the answer to that is yes and no. And the yes is pretty clear, and it's an exception. So if you have, a gemstone that's this size, and you have a very tall, like standing crystal piece, or a really large, really large stone that you have to hold in both hands. Like, is this stone going to be putting off more energy than this one? Well, yes, it will be. However, you're not likely going to be meditating or carrying around a two-handed stone, or, one of the very big display pieces. You're probably not going to use that in your crystal healing practice. Those are really good for infusing an entire room or a home with energy. But that's kind of the exception to the rule. What I'm going to talk about more is if you have stones that are like, you have these are aventurine, by the way, this one or this one. Like, does the size matter? Like, if you have to choose between multiple stones, like you're at the store and you're looking at a bunch of tumbled stones, do you go for the largest one? And I say no, it does not matter. The size of the stone that you're going to hold in your hand or wear in your pocket, it does not matter. What matters more is to choose a stone that you're attracted to, that you have a connection with. So if you're looking at an array, a selection of stones, then, without putting too much thought in it, just see where your eye goes. Which stone do you look at the most? Which one draws your attention first? Like, pick them up. Which one do you like to hold more? Because your connection and your attraction to that stone is going to help you benefit from its properties a lot more than a stone that you're like, but it's bigger. So it doesn't matter if you have a smaller specimen of the stone, but if you really like looking at it, you really like holding it, then it's going to do better for you in a practice. Now, if you didn't get the chance to pick your stone, like you bought one online that was going to be a random pick by the seller, and that's the only one that you have, yes, you will get the benefits from that stone. You definitely will. But if you have a choice, don't automatically go for the largest stone on that table. You don't need to. Look for one that attracts your attention, that calls to you, that speaks to you. That's the gemstone that is going to help you the most. Thank you so much for joining me today and hearing about my week and how I used crystals and gemstones and, answering your questions. So if you have a question about crystal and gemstone work, then make sure to post that in the comments below. Also, check out the playlist for these Let's Talk Crystals, because I may have answered a question that you have. So make sure that you look through and, watch all of those, because those are really, really common crystal healing questions. So thanks so much for joining me today. And if you haven't already subscribed, then make sure to subscribe, because you don't want to miss a single crystal or gemstone video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.